starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan. TSA officers prevented a handgun from making its way on board a plane at the Central Wisconsin Airport in Mosinee today. During the routine screening of carry-on luggage, a TSA officer spotted the image of a handgun on the X-ray screen. The incident occurred around 6:30 this morning, and TSA officials immediately alerted the Mosinee Police Department. The firearm was loaded. The traveler, a Stratford resident, had a concealed carry permit. Passengers are permitted to travel with firearms in checked baggage if they are unloaded, packed separately from ammunition and in a locked hardback case and declared at the airline check-in counter. Firearm possession laws vary by state and locality. Travelers should check for firearm laws in the jurisdictions they are flying to and from. As the snow thaws outside, winter damage from last year is being uncovered on county and state roads. Workers are out fixing damaged signs from this most recent winter season. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver reports.
There are certain types of signs that get hit more often. Those will be around intersections, around turn lanes.
Throughout the winter, swerving cars and snowplows can damage road signs. It's up to road maintenance workers to fix them. Kelly Blom with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation says some damaged signs have priority over others.
It's really important to know what kind of sign. If it's a stop or yield sign, it needs to be replaced whether it's at midnight or Christmas Day or whatever. It needs to be back up and standing.
Blom says it's a waiting game before some signs can be replaced. The ground must thaw first.
Now, all of that replacement of signs or repair of signs really is contingent upon can we get to the ground. If it's in a snow pile, obviously we have a lot of problems getting the post replaced. So maybe we will put up a temporary fix.
Blom's North Central region covers 17 counties in Wisconsin. Oneida County alone has about 80 signs in need of replacement after this past winter. This means she and her team will be busy as the temperatures warm. And safety is her number one priority.
Watch for yellow flashing lights for the warning that the crews are out there, the trucks are out there, and give them plenty of room. Slow down as you pass them.
If you see a sign in need of attention, you can contact law enforcement, the county, or the DOT to get it fixed.
We really do appreciate having the public be eyes on the road for us. We cannot be everywhere at every time.
Reporting in Rhinelander, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
Meteorologist Conrad Supinski now joins us from our weather center. Conrad, kind of a great day out there today.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we got lots of cloud cover out there right now because there is some more rain back in the forecast. Look at all this green, and we got some snow closer to Duluth area. Here, it will be all rain, maybe a slight chance of a little bit of a mix out there, but mostly rain here in Rhinelander. So it won't be a long-lasting system, pretty much moving out by the overnight hours tonight into the morning hours, so won't be here very long, several hours out there, but it will be rain with a lot of those warmer temperatures out there. Look at all across the state, pretty much 40s, still below average as we are supposed to be around 55 degrees, but overall we are in the 40s right now. That is going to produce that rain here in Rhinelander at 43, Eagle River coming in at 42 degrees, and Iron Mountain also at 42 degrees. So really chilly temperatures out there that will continue to be dropping into the low 30s overnight.
For the first time in Wisconsin history, a state Senate committee held a hearing about softening the state's marijuana laws. The bill being discussed would make medical marijuana legal. One of the bill's main proponents is Northwood's state senator, Mary Felskowski. Polls have shown consistent support for both medical and recreational marijuana in Wisconsin. But Republicans who have had full control of the legislature since 2011 have repeatedly blocked any efforts to loosen the law. Many supporters of marijuana spoke at the hearing, including about how medical marijuana could be an alternative treatment to opioids for children so they don't develop any early dependency.
Senate Bill 1034 would allow Wisconsin children access to the same forms of medical cannabis that are available to children in the other 37 regulated states here in the U.S. Although this bill does not meet the same level of freedom other states may currently experience, it is a step in the right direction and one that Wisconsin residents desperately need.
37 other states, you heard that right, both under Republican and Democratic control, have already legalized medical marijuana. Representative Pat Snyder of Schofield is the lead sponsor in the Assembly. Snyder pushed back against those who want full legalization, saying that would never pass the Republican-controlled legislature. If this bill becomes law, smoking medical marijuana would still not be allowed. To the war in Ukraine now, Russia continues to pound targets throughout the country, including the eastern Donbas region, and focusing today on the southern Mariupol port city, where Ukrainians appear to be making a last stand. NBC's Susan McGinnis has the latest.
As Russia continues its bloody assault on eastern Ukraine, the besieged southern city of Mariupol, a symbol of Ukraine's resistance, sits on the brink of falling. Clear evidence, U.S. officials say, of Vladimir Putin's war crimes.
He does not care about human life. He is turning Ukraine into rubble, and he is turning Russia into a prison.
Ukrainian forces, outnumbered and holed up with hundreds of civilians in an old steel plant, plead for Western help.
Brave Ukrainians deserve nothing less than every tool, every weapon they need to win this war for Ukraine to be whole and free.
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken today conceding we have yet to see the extent of the devastation in Mariupol.
We're going to see far worse, if that's possible to imagine.
The U.S. today imposing new sanctions on a Russian bank and dozens of individuals found to be avoiding economic penalties. President Biden meeting today with top military leaders and readying another aid package, including heavy artillery. Help Ukraine badly needs, it says, to stave off the kind of atrocities seen in Bucha.
We have got to move very, very fast to avoid a potential defeat, to send a clear signal to Putin that he, one way or another, is not going to be able to take control of Ukraine. He will lose in the Ukraine.
An outcome yet to be determined as Ukrainians fight on to save their country. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
Russia says it tested a nuclear-capable missile today, a warning to what Putin calls Moscow's enemies. A police car in Madison, Wisconsin has a new look aimed at raising autism awareness. An officer designed this squad car. She wants people to know they understand and support families affected by autism and that they are there to help with any crisis.
I think it's also good to let people know that we're not just law enforcement, that we're here to help, that we can help with all kinds of crises, whether it's with the autistic family member, mental health. We're here for a lot of things other than law enforcement, and I like having a symbol out there that people can understand that.
The officer got the idea for the car after seeing a similar one in a different county while working with the Special Olympics. She decided to bring it to her office. The squad car is the third of its kind in the state. At yesterday's Tomahawk City Council meeting, an ordinance was introduced to establish a transportation utility. It could be an alternative funding source to help maintain the city's road system within their budget constraints. Over the past year, the council and its committees have been focused on what is known as a transportation utility fee. It uses a formula to assign a projected traffic count to each property and assign a fee for the property owner. The ordinance still requires a public hearing and second reading at the council before it being enacted. Habitat for Humanity of Langlade County announced a new Habitat home build project in Antigo. The group is currently seeking homeowner applicants as well as volunteers to complete the project. Applications are now being accepted through May 13th. The family would own the lot and planned 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. Those interested must be a resident of Langlade County for 1 year and be without access to good housing. Those interested in both volunteering and applying for a home can find more information at langladehabitat.org. Rhinelander is home to many events throughout the summer. The pandemic postponed a lot of those events, but they should be coming back. That's according to the Rhinelander Area Chamber of Commerce. It includes Hodag Heritage Days, which was able to happen last year. Hodag Heritage Days is a way for both locals and visitors to celebrate the legend of the Hodag.
We started it last year because a lot of community members just wanted to celebrate the history of the Hodag and the heritage and the legend and lore behind it. And so basically we started giving the people what they wanted. We had to kind of postpone the first one because of the pandemic, and last year it came off with a great success.
Hodag Heritage Days will run the week of May 16th through the 21st. There will be a week's worth of activities and finally a ceremony at Pioneer Park on that Saturday. Another event actually started because of the pandemic, the Chamber's pop-up series. The first Friday of every month, the Chamber hosts local vendors in its parking lot to support local creators.
That actually came from the pandemic because a lot of the craft vendors didn't have an outlet for their craft. We didn't have craft fairs during that time, and so we said, well, let's let them set up outside in the parking lot and see how it goes, and people just loved it. So we have just kept going.
The Chamber's pop-up series begins in June. Another event returning is the Project North Festival in September, which promotes music, art, and sustainability. Orphaned animals cannot rely alone on humans to care for them. Thankfully, a local animal rehab group has the perfect foster parent for some baby owls. That will be right after weather with Conrad, right here on Newswatch 12.
Drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the rugged power of Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
And I walked right into US Cellular and I said I want to choose any phone in here for free. What'd he say? He said, sure. Really nice guy. I had my pick of any phone from any brand, free, even the newest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the big screen?
Yeah.
Big storage?
Yeah.
Fits in your pocket?
Fits in my pocket. You know, it's a big phone, and that's what I wanted, and I got what I wanted.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV, because custom orders receive priority. You'll get an extra 1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 41 combined MPG in an Escape Hybrid? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it. In a Ford, built your way. Order your 2022 Escape, Edge, or Explorer to lock in the special FlexBuy offer and get 1,000 retail order bonus cash.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Good afternoon and welcome back, everyone. So a pretty gloomy day out there. We got some clouds out there, some rain showers starting to fall right now in and around the Wausau area. It's just a matter of time before we have some heavier rain start to move on in. The Rhinelander area, look at all this green. Yes, finally some green showing up on the radar, not some white or blue as snow. So this will be mostly a rain event as it starts to move in. Won't be a long-lasting system as it starts to move out overnight and into the morning hours as rain, some heavier bands of rain will be moving on in later on tonight. So we're looking at around a ½ inch of rain. Not a big system with that, but it is going to be a lot, producing a lot more rain, especially closer to Green Bay, with spotty locations might even come in with over ½ inch of rain. And a lot of that rain is because of those warmer temperatures we had today and right now, with pretty much 40s all across the region. So finally, some rain instead of some snow. You know, it's been a real long winter out there, but finally some warmer weather starting to situate with Rhinelander, 45 degrees earlier today, Tomahawk at 46, and even 50s closer to Eau Claire. So milder weather finally back in the forecast, but we're still below average out here as we're supposed to be around 55 degrees as our high and 31 as a low. So we're still continuing to have those cooler temperatures in the area, but don't worry, folks. Warmer weather is on the way. But first, we got to deal with all that rain and those cooler temperatures right now, as Rhinelander's coming in at 43 degrees, 43 also in Merrill, and 40 in Anago. So temperatures are slowly starting to drop out there, and they'll continue to drop as that rain starts to fall out there, and we'll get heavy at times. But this was a really long winter season, and look at that. We finally made it to that top 5 with the snowiest winters we had here in Rhinelander with 91.5 inches. So really long winter with a lot of snow, but some warmer weather is on the way, folks, since it is middle of April. But first, we got to deal with those cooler temperatures tonight, dropping into the mid-30s with rain that will be heavy at times, and then moving out by the morning hours tomorrow and really rebounding in temperatures tomorrow. Look at that 50. We'll take that any day with that sun peeking out there, but the winds will be a little on the gusty side as they'll be blowing from the west at 15 to 25 miles per hour. But our big 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Mattress and Furniture, does show a warmer temperature trend with thunderstorms back in the forecast by Friday night into Saturday. But then finally, we have some 60s back by the weekend before a cold front comes by and drops those temperatures by beginning of next week. Dan?
While the Northwoods is looking forward to some warmer temperatures, like Conrad said, some Spaniards woke up to the heaviest April snowfall in the last 20 years. Snow covered parts of Spain and blocked roads today, mostly in the mountainous regions of the country. Residents of the Madrid region were both shocked and delighted to have snow falling at this time of the year. The country's meteorological agency expected storm to leave the country tomorrow, although another Atlantic storm may affect Spain's west coast. Raptor Education Group in Anago is caring for 7 orphaned baby owls right now, but they couldn't do it alone. They need a foster parent owl. First off, the Raptor Education Group, or Reggie, took in a handful of parentless owlets after some recent windstorms. But a problem for Reggie is they can't raise the baby owls themselves because they would imprint onto humans, making them not viable for the wild. Thankfully, Reggie has a longtime foster dad. He's a great horned owl and has been with Reggie for 20 years. He was hit by a car and is too hurt to ever return to the wild. Thankfully, he still has a purpose, teaching and nurturing orphaned owlets. Produce sold at Walmart in over a dozen states, including Wisconsin, are being recalled due to contamination concerns. Tuesday, the FDA announced World Variety Produce is recalling a case of organic zucchini. The vegetables have potentially been contaminated with salmonella, an organism that can cause serious and sometimes deadly infections. The FDA says no illnesses have been reported yet. The 2-count pack of zucchini were sold under the brand Organic Marketplace at Walmart's in 18 states. The FDA says customers who bought the product should not eat it and instead just throw it away. The weather is slowly warming up, which means tick season is approaching. Ticks are small blood-sucking bugs. They move quickly across the body, and they prefer areas that are warm and moist, most commonly in the armpits, groin, or scalp.
They like the cooler weather, so as soon as there's open grass, the ticks are out.
Ticks can transmit Lyme disease to humans or pets. This disease has many symptoms, including fever, chills, and fatigue. It's important to get your pets checked for ticks.
Some dogs come in and aren't showing any symptoms at all and test really, really positive, and then I have dogs that can't even walk when they get here.
So check yourself, your children, and your pets daily for ticks and carefully remove them. Consult a medical professional if you develop flu-like symptoms after a tick bite. The Milwaukee Brewers found themselves back at the ballpark earlier today, going for a series sweep against the Pittsburgh Pirates this afternoon. Brandon Woodruff threw a gem on the mound for the Crew today. He gave up only 1 hit in 6 innings pitched, and he struck out 9. On offense, Rowdy Tellez homered for the 2nd day in a row, and the Brewers would put this game away for good with a Keston Hiura homer. Milwaukee gets their 4th win in a row. 4-2 is the final. A lot of Vietnam veterans did not get the homecoming they were looking for when they returned, and many still have raw emotion when they think of the country they fought in. We'll meet some veterans looking for closure after the break.
Research shows that adding menthol actually makes tobacco more addictive, and this is a real issue. Tobacco companies have been targeting low-income neighborhoods and racial and ethnic groups for decades. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
Saturday, April 30th, the Wisconsin Department of Justice will be holding a free prescription drug take-back event. If you have unused or unwanted medications, ointments, patches, non-aerosol sprays, inhalers, vials, or pet medication, clean out your cabinets. Don't let your old medication fall into the wrong hands by disposing of unused or unwanted medications properly. For more information on locations and accepted items, go to doseofrealitywi.gov. This information is brought to you by the Human Service Center of Forest, Vilas, and Oneida County.
Here at Nicolay Law, we've been really fortunate to have people that have worked here for over a decade, to have people that are friends, to people that are family members, and that transfers over to a unique law firm that wins for our clients because of that unique relationship, that connection, that dedication, that watching each other's back, and that everyone here wants to help each other, and more importantly, wants to help each other's clients.
Get local, award-winning injury lawyers. Get Nicolay.
Don't miss 3 all-new episodes of TV's #1 rated Night of Dramas.
This woman has very strong ties with the Serbian mob, and you're too close to her.
Fire! Fire! Back up! Back up!
Plane from over here dropped an engine.
We gotta get those students out fast. That structure is collapsing.
Wait! You're safe.
4 squads landed, not one of them got eyes on the offender.
We've rechecked everything.
Look, who the hell is the offender? We need proof. An all-new Chicago Wednesday, tonight on NBC.
Our kids have to navigate a world that is crowded with flashy tobacco products and manipulative tactics most parents don't know anything about. Tobacco companies are working hard to keep young people hooked and parents out of the loop. Tobacco is changing parents. We've got to keep up.
After years of setbacks and delays, 19 Vietnam veterans from Wisconsin are making the emotional journey to the country where they served. Kaylin Schumacher spoke with the man who made this trip possible.
This is just a life-changing experience for some of these guys.
For Keith Hess, going back to Vietnam 3 years ago was the closure he needed to move on with his life.
When I came home from Vietnam, I was a completely changed individual. I forgot about the bad times from 50 years ago. And I remembered the good times now.
And after his trip, making sure other veterans got that same experience became his passion.
I talked to several people that they wanted to go bad. And I talked to old Glory on the flight, and they had no plans of doing it again. I figured the only way we're going to do it is if somebody steps up and sets up a trip.
So after 2 years of waiting...
When I set this up 2 years ago, we didn't plan on COVID lasting 2.5 years. We didn't plan on the dates being backed up twice.
And 50 some odd years.
Last time I was there, it was 52 years ago.
Local veterans are heading back to Vietnam for 2 weeks of sightseeing and reflecting on a place that brought them so much pain.
We see Vietnam from one end to the other end.
The veterans are nervous, they're excited, a little bit anxious. It's really just the fear of the unknown, and it's a long day. 2 days, really, to get there.
They say while they don't quite know what to expect,
I have to wait and see when I come back, and we'll talk again. Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I'll make it.
They're excited for the opportunity to change their outlook.
And while the trip isn't meant to be therapeutic, I think for most of them it is, and that's the whole point, that they're there to find closure, to find healing.
Now at Cellcom, get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 or Galaxy S21 FE. Offer good April 1st through May 1st. Taxes due at sale. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/spring for details.
Refresh your home this spring with the perfect door update from Menards. Choose from the best in-stock selection of Mastercraft doors or design your door your way with our door designer. And get free shipping to the store in approximately 7 days. Let fresh air in this spring while keeping bugs out with a durable and easy-to-install replacement screen. Get 11% off all replacement screen and Mastercraft doors now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Our experience in the RVA has been wonderful. The teachers are extremely supportive, and Simon really seems to enjoy it and is making friends, and he's more socially active now than he was in a traditional school.
Something I want other kids to know is that even though it seems like you're not going to make friends, you actually are. I like how the RVA provides an environment that more suited to my needs.
Fairway Storage is St. Germain's newest place for all your storage needs. Brand new units available to store your household goods, boats, cars, and seasonal toys. Easy access 24/7 on Highway 70 West St. Germain. Call today for more information.
For the most up-to-the-minute info on your school closings, visit WJFW.com on your computer, your tablet, or your phone. WJFW School Closings, sponsored by Builders Service Incorporated and People's State Bank.
The Campanile Center for the Arts presents Mutts Gone Nuts. Expect the unexpected as canines and comedy collide. From shelters to showbiz, these amazing mutts wreak havoc and hilarity in a breathtaking, action-packed comedy dog spectacular, featuring some of the world's most talented four-legged performers. This show is a must-see. These dogs are sure to steal your hearts and then your socks. See Mutts Gone Nuts at the Campanile, Saturday, April 30th at 2 and 7.
Now at Cellcom, get a free Samsung Galaxy S22 or Galaxy S21 FE. Offer good April 1st through May 1st. Taxes due at sale. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/spring for details.
We got some more rain back in the forecast. It's starting to income right now as it's starting to drizzle outside right now, but this won't be a long-lasting system as it quickly moves out overnight and into the morning hours. And finally, this is just a rain event as temperatures are into the low to mid 40s out there. But our 7-day outlook does show warmer weather back in the forecast by the weekend. Look at all those 60s out there.
That looks very nice. Looking forward to that. We will have more news and weather at Newswatch 12 at 6. We will see you then.